In the offseason, we as football fans have a lot of time on our hands. And in the case of Vikings Nation, whenever we see a player from another team that may possibly get traded or has just been released, the first thing that pops up in our minds is, oh, should the Vikings go after said player? And I've seen this come up quite a bit. Should the Vikings, with the Carolina Panthers reportedly being gung-ho, all in, hell-bent on going after Deshaun Watson, obviously that means the odd man out is Teddy Bridgewater. Should the Vikings trade for Teddy Bridgewater and reunite him with Mike Zimmer? Now, those that have followed this podcast for the last couple of years, I have always defended Teddy Bridgewater. I think he's a tough football player, not flashy, but he always consistently made winning plays when you needed it the most, and he never had an offensive line worth a damn. I mean, in 2017, where Case Keenum flourished, I mean, you look at the offensive line, Riley Reef, Nick Easton, rookie year Pat Elflein at center, he was really, really nice. Joe Berger, the right tackle version of Mike Remmers, it was a respectable offensive line. Teddy never had that. I think he would have had much success in 2017 had he stayed healthy. And speaking of which, after going through the gruesome knee injury in which he damn near may have possibly looked at an amputation on his leg, I mean, to come back healthy to his profession and still earn a very nice living, it's one of the greatest football stories of all time. I love Teddy. You love Teddy. We all love Teddy. Should the Vikings trade for Teddy Bridgewater? No. No, they shouldn't. And let me address two groups of Teddy stans. Number one, Teddy would be way cheaper than Kirk Cousins. Well, Cousins, he does have a post-June 1st trade dead cap hit of $20 million. Add on the Teddy contract, you're taking on $13 million in cap. Essentially, you make that swap, the Vikings would absorb an additional in 2021, $2 million in cap versus if they were to just stick with Kirk Cousins right now. Now, beyond 2021, sure, that's when you'll see the savings. But okay, we want Teddy to be our starting quarterback. Okay, fine. You really want to go from 4,300 yards, 35 touchdowns, 13 interceptions in 2022, 3,700 yards, 15 TDs, 11 picks. That's what you really want to do? And hey, listen, last year, 2019, Teddy was nice when he had to start 5 games for the Saints, 9 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Not bad. But excuse me, do we have a Sean Payton type of coach to run the ship for our offense? No. And for the record, I think Clint Kubiak is going to do a fine job next season. Is he Sean Payton? No. So Teddy would be doing us no favors for the starting quarterback job of the Minnesota Vikings. And group number 2, Teddy could come here as the backup quarterback. Also no. Now, in Teddy's defense, would he be a viable backup quarterback in the National Football League? Absolutely. He's light years better than Sean Mannion. In fact, the only reason a GM/head coach should have Sean Mannion on their team is if they're practicing Lent for a year, and in observance for Lent, they're saying, you know what? I'm going to give up having a legit backup quarterback on my team, so here is Sean Mannion. But no, Teddy Bridgewater should not be the backup quarterback of the Minnesota Vikings for 2 reasons. Number 1, Mike Zimmer, and I mean this as a compliment. I really, really do. Mike Zimmer loves Teddy Bridgewater. I mean, he looks at him like a son, but his infatuation with players clouds his judgment. We know this. Anthony Barr. I mean, when this dude had a verbal agreement to go to the Jets, and I know Rick Spielman, he offers the contracts out there for the players to sign. But you can't tell me when Anthony Barr got cold feet and said, I want to come back, that Mike Zimmer was like, oh my God, let's bring him back. He's the Lawrence Taylor, Ray Lewis of this defense. Xavier Rhodes, 2019. Xavier Rhodes in 2018 was already on the decline. And I was like, we need to trade this dude. And I got crushed for it. Not only did we keep Xavier Rhodes, because Mike Zimmer loves Xavier Rhodes, we saw what Rhodes looked like in 2020 in the zone favorable scheme for Xavier Rhodes as a player today. But in 2019, no, we're going to run my defensive scheme. Man coverage. You're going to do that, Xavier Rhodes. You're still good at it, right? Mike Zimmer paired with the Teddy stands. Y'all are going to sit there and plot and just wait. It's almost like the Spice Adams gif where he appears from behind a tree, rubbing his hands like, oh yeah, plotting, waiting. Almost like kids in grade school during recess playing double dutch, just waiting to jump in like, oh, I can't wait for Kirk Cousins to fuck up. Waiting for that one mistake, that one interception. There it is. We've been waiting. Sound the alarm. It's Teddy time, baby. It would be too much of a distraction. No, for this situation with the Minnesota Vikings, no. We do not need Teddy Bridgewater as a starter nor as a backup quarterback. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section. Is it time for us to move on from the aura of Teddy Bridgewater? Or am I just hating? Let me know. Next podcast is Wednesday. We'll see you then.